Welcome everybody to High Point Energy Solutions Stadium here in Piscataway, New Jersey as the Eastern Michigan Eagles come to town to take on the Rutgers University Scarlet Knights. The Eagles are 2-0 on the season. Rutgers is 1-1. The Eagles are coming off back-to-back impressive performances against the South Alabama Jaguars and the Kentucky Wildcats. Last week, Eastern Michigan picked up their very first win ever against a Power 5 opponent in Kentucky. And now this week, here in Piscataway, they look for their second ever Power 5 win and their first ever win against a Big Ten team, which they've played many of. So, without further ado, let's get into this one. It's going to be Eastern Michigan trying to continue their undefeated season here early on against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Just like last week, the Eastern Michigan Eagles win the opening toss, and just like last week, Sergio Bailey will return, and just like last week, he's going to bring it out from about 2 yards deep. And unlike last week, he will not take this one to the house. But nonetheless, Brogan Roback in the Eagles offense will take over at the 23-yard line to start this game here in Piscataway. Eagles wearing their whites with the green pants and green helmet. They went all white last week for their first ever win against a Power 5 team, trying to follow it up here today. First play of the game, Roback's going to have to scramble out after a play action. He gets a block and he's able to pick up the first down. Brogan Roback brings so much versatility to this team. Delayed handoff on first down goes to Shaq Van. He avoids getting taken down for a big loss, picks up one. Second down now. Kilby goes in motion to the left. Shaq Van gets it, and he gets brought down shy of the first down. Approaching the 45-yard line are the Eagles here on 3rd and 2. Roback fakes to give to Van. He lobs one out to the right side of the field. Tried to lay it into Dan Bushman, but Tyreek Maddox-Williams goes up and swats it away. That will bring up a 4th down. Austin Barnes back to punt. Just going to try and pin the Scarlet Knights here. This one's away. It's going towards the corner, but it's not going to get out of bounds. It's going to be fielded at about the 8-yard line and brought all the way back across the 30. Nice return by Damon Mitchell. Rutgers had a historically bad offense last year. Looking to be a little bit better this year. So far, not so good in their first 2 games of the year, points-wise. But they got a lot of talent and a lot of speed on this offense as Giovanni Resignio takes the first carry on an option for 4 yards. With raw talent, I think they are expected to win this game. They are definitely favored here at home against the Eagles. But so were the Wildcats. Resignio, another option and another keep and another decent gain, this time 9 yards and a first down. Kentucky ran a lot of the option last week and had some good successes. Unlike Kentucky, no hurry up here from the Scarlet Knights, but a lot of options. It looks like another one. This one he gives to Martin, who picks up 5. Nice run there by Robert Martin on first down. Don't look now, but FCS Midwest is up 14-0 early in East Lansing against Michigan State. Michigan State had a terrible season last year, and it looks like they may be pretty terrible again this year, but I don't think anybody expected them to be that terrible, down 14-0 to a FCS team. Is on that play, Resignio finds Amir Mitchell, the former Michigan wide receiver, for the first down. Resignio gives it to Robert Martin on a delay, and coming in and making the stop was Brody Hoying. 2nd and 10, Resignio dumps it off across the middle to Washington. He picks up about 15. Jerome Washington, the tight end, with a big gain. First down now at the 25 for Rutgers. In the shotgun, Resignio gives it to Robert Martin, and he breaks a tackle and fights ahead for 8. Resignio back. He gets the ball. He gives it to Robert Martin on a delay, and that time he goes nowhere. Ike Calderon comes up from his safety position. That's Ike Spearman, who comes up from his linebacker position to stuff him in the backfield and set up a 3rd and 6. 9th play of the drive coming up here for the Scarlet Knights. 3rd and 6 from the 21. Resignio takes it, dumps it off to the right. It's Jerome Washington who can't stay in bounds. Just shy of the first down. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1. One of the few bright spots on this Rutgers team is special teams, but they're not going for the field goal here. 4th and 1 from the Eagles 16. They're going to give it to Robert Martin up the middle, and he fights it forward and just picks it up. Looks like he might have been stopped right at the line, but he reaches the ball across as he was getting spun around and was able to pick up a couple on 4th and 1. So a fresh setup down now for Rutgers at the 9.5. They give it to Robert Martin again. He breaks the tackle and cuts it back up the middle. Breaks another tackle and gets taken down just shy of the goal line. What a run by Robert Martin. It's now 1st and goal from the 1-inch line. I formation for Rutgers. 2 receivers outright. They give it to the fullback, Devereaux, who tried to bounce it out. You're a fullback. You need to pound that one in there. Mike Spearman ends up bringing him down as Devereaux tried to get around the edge, it looked like. So Rutgers actually loses a yard on that play. Now they're at the 1.5-yard line for 2nd and goal. And it looks like it was a false start on the play for Rutgers. Oh my. So they went from 1st and goal with the ball as close as it could possibly be to the goal line. Now here to 2nd and goal from about the 7.5. Martin takes it up the middle, and he gets dragged down before he could carry the pile into the end zone by Luke McLean. Back at the 1-yard line now are Rutgers here on 3rd and goal. Can the Eagles come up with a goal line stand? They had a big one in week 1 against South Alabama. This time it's Robert Martin again. He goes to the outside. He's going to walk it into the end zone. Touchdown, Rutgers. And Sergio Bailey's going to field this one at the 1 now. He's going to bring it up the middle. He makes a little move and looks like he's going to get it out to the 30. Here we go from the 30-yard line. The Eagles trying to respond. They did a good job answering Kentucky last week. Now they got to try and answer Rutgers. Roback scrambles out to the right, plants his feet, and hits Sergio Bailey, who is coming out wide open for 20 yards on the first play of the possession. Right at midfield now are the Eagles. The give is to Shaq Van, and he gets to the edge, gets hit hard, but picks up 5. Shaq Van coming off an impressive performance last week at Kentucky, trying to follow it up here as they give it to him again, this time on a sweep, and he gets to the edge. Shaq Van fights forward and gets pushed out at the 30. 14-yard pickup. So far, so good on this drive for the Eagles. Roback in the pistol. Going to be an option. He's going to keep it. He's going to go to the right, and he's going to slide before he gets hit after a pickup of 6. Roback in the single back formation. 2 wide receivers out right, 1 to the left, and a tight end. Roback takes the snap. He drops back. He's going to dump it off to the right to Dan Bushman, who turns it upfield and gets brought down just shy of the 1st. 3rd and 1 from the 22. They're going to give it to Shaq Van right up the middle. He gets just enough. 1st down Eagles. Roback drops back. It's going to be a screen play to Ian Erickson, who cuts it back upfield to avoid a man, but ultimately will be brought down after a short gain. So at the end of 1, Rutgers is up on Eastern Michigan 7-0 here at home. Can the Eagles pound this one in and tie this game up here early in the 2nd? We'll see right after this. 3 wide receivers out left here on 2nd and 8. Roback with the snap. Drops back, scrambles out to his right, avoids a tackler, tosses it downfield, and is caught in bounds by Sergio Bailey at the 1. They come to the line in a goal line formation. 3 tight ends, 2 men in the backfield. Roback, play action, throwing to the end zone, caught by Johnny Neapalu. 1st down for Rutgers. Resignio with a quick pass out to Harris, and he's going to get brought down right away on the play by Phelps. Jalen Phelps had a nice game last week. He breaks down Juwan Harris as soon as he catches that one. Giovanni Resignio is 4 for 4 so far in this game. Quarterback was a big issue for Rutgers last year. Nice little start here for this game for Resignio. And now a counter to Martin, and he gets into the open field, picks up 12. Ran it 12 times, passed it 4 because of that quarterback situation. And Resignio's 4 passes have all been short to intermediate at best. Right there he gives it to Robert Martin for 4 yards up the middle. But you gotta mold your offense to the abilities of your players, and Rutgers has done that so far today. Rosignio keeps it on option now, and he's gonna bring it upfield. He cuts it back, and he's into the open field, and he just gets brought down from behind. Man, Giovanni Rosignio looked like he was about to take that one to the house. Vince Calhoun from his free safety position able to get back and stop that one for being 6. Rosignio on first down dumps it off to Jawan Harris, and once again he's got nowhere to go, and once again it's Jalen Phelps that brings him down. Second down now from the 34-yard line for Rutgers. Robert Martin takes it again. He's going to go to the outside. He's got nowhere to go. There's 3 Eagles there, and it looks like Calhoun's the one that ends up wrapping them up. 3rd and 9 from the 33-yard line. Rosignio's in the backfield, in the shotgun. One receiver to his right. He takes the snap, throws it to the left. It's Amir Mitchell. He's wide open, down inside the 25, down to the 20. Big 3rd down conversion there. Robert Martin back in the game now. Rosignio takes it. No fake, just a straight snap. Tosses it to the end zone. Too much on it. It's over to make the play, and swatting it away is Jason Beck, it looked like. Actually, I misspoke. It looks like that might have been Jalen Phelps again. Rosignio now in 2nd down over the middle. I don't know how he made that catch, but Janarian Grant pulls it in right past Jones. Man, Rosignio might have been a little lucky that Jones wasn't looking. A risky pass, but Janarian Grant somehow making that catch. It's 1st and goal, Rutgers from the 5. Rosignio with the give to Robert Martin. Nowhere to go. Being brought down on the play by Luke McLean. By Jeremiah Harris, rather. The linebacker gets in there. 2nd and goal from the 8. Rosignio fakes the give to Martin. It's an option. He's going to bring it in himself. Touchdown, Rutgers. 1st down from the pistol. Shaq Van takes it up the middle for no gain. Roback on 2nd down fakes the give to Van. He's going deep over the middle to Sergio Bailey, who hauls it in inside Rutgers territory. It's a 35-yard pickup. Nice throw by Brogan Roback right to Sergio Bailey at the 40-yard line of Rutgers. Now on 1st down, it's Roback in the shotgun with Erickson to his right and Van to his left. Roback fakes to give to Van and now dumps it off to Erickson, who gets hit right away and actually gets the ball poked out. 2nd down, Roback. Speed option, nothing doing there. Nice defense there by Darnell Davis. He did not give away, which it looks like he was going to get both of them either way. So Roback kept it and Davis broke off of Van and makes the stop on Roback. 3rd and 11 for Eastern. Roback to Shaq Van on a delayed handoff, and that one gets blown up behind the line. Trevor Morris makes the stop. Now Rutgers takes over up 7. 1st down, Rosignio. Delayed handoff to Robert Martin, and he is dropped in the backfield. 2nd down, Rosignio is going to scramble, and he's going to get hit hard in the backfield. Once again, it is Ike Spearman. That time it's a sack, his 7th tackle, 4th for a loss already. And that brings up 3rd and very long. 3rd and 17 for Rutgers. In the shotgun is Rosignio. He's got a running back to his right. Tight end goes in motion to the right. Janarian Grant's out wide to the right. Rutgers taking time off the clock here nearing the end of the 1st half. This may just be a draw play up the middle. No, it's going to be a pass. Rosignio drops back. It's going to be a screen pass. And Robert Martin makes a move. Gets down the sideline. Breaks another tackle. 1st down, Rutgers. Eastern Michigan was not expecting screen. Perfect play call. All Robert Martin had to do was make one man miss, which he's very good at. And he was able to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and 17. That is a killer for Eastern Michigan. Can they keep Rutgers off the board now to end the half? Rosignio takes the snap. He's got all time in the world. He dumps it out to Amir Mitchell, who breaks a tackle and fights forward, gets to the midfield at the 50. And now Rosignio on 1st down again. It's going to give it to Robert Martin again on another delayed handoff, and that one goes nowhere. Harris again looks like he came in to make the stop. Man, Resignio's had a great game at quarterback. I don't know why they keep trying this delayed handoff over the middle. What a throw by Resignio. There had a technical problem in the last play. It was an incomplete pass. Now Resignio has it again. This time he's going to be dropped on a sack. Jawan Phelps. No, it's Derek Williams coming in to make the stop. The linebacker, I thought it was the nickel cornerback Phelps. Eastern Michigan calls a timeout with 37 seconds here to go in the half. Sergio Bailey had a big punt return last week against Kentucky, trying to repeat here. He's going to field it at the 20. He's got a block in front. He cuts it back in the middle, spins, and is brought down after a return of 11. It will be interesting to see what the Eagles try and do here near the end of the first half. Roback takes it. Quick throw to Antoine Porter, and he's blown up behind the line of scrimmage. It's actually a fumble, so it's a backward pass. And Kajan Armstrong is able to fall on it, the left tackle. 3rd and 16, they just give it to Van again. He picks up 2, and Rutgers calls timeout with 8 seconds. They are 68 yards from the end zone. They got 3 wide receivers out left. They may be just throwing one up here. Zignio, nowhere to go. He's going to be dropped by Kwani Figueroa, who had a great game last week, and he might just continue on with this one. But at halftime, it's Rutgers 14, Eastern Michigan 7. Eastern Michigan hanging in there once again on the road against a Power 5 team at halftime. We'll see if they can catch back up and take the lead at some point here in the second half. After a touchback, Rutgers gets the ball at the 25 to start the second half. Trying to build on their lead. It's a delayed handoff to Robert Martin. And coming into making the play is the right outside linebacker, once again, Harris. Running backs are having a hard time getting past that second line of defense. Zignio takes it on 2nd and 8. And he lobs it out to the left, and it's going to be brought by Jawan Harris. Brought in by Jawan Harris as he was waiting for it. Plenty of time in the air that ball had, it seemed, but unable to come back and make the play was Jones. First down, Rutgers. Resignio gives it to Robert Martin. He brings it up the middle, breaks the tackle from Harris, and gets brought down from behind by Figueroa. 2nd and 6, Resignio. Moving around in the pocket. Gets it away outside to Amir Mitchell. And he picks up 21. Well, it's Damon Mitchell. Sorry, the other wide receiver named Mitchell on Rutgers. His first catch of the day goes for 21, and Resignio's having a great game so far on this one. Rutgers now at the 35-yard line. Zignio gives it to Robert Martin on another delayed handoff, and this time it works out pretty well on first down as he picks up 6. Zignio gets rushed, somehow gets away and avoids a sack and brings it back past the line of scrimmage for a yard. Zignio changes up a bit. Ends up handing it off to Robert Martin. He's going to be brought just shy of the first down. It's Kwani Figueroa. And Rutgers are going for it yet again on 4th and 1. They went for it on their first possession for 4th and 1. This time from the 26-yard line. Zignio, no handoff here. He's going to toss it out right, and that one's brought in by Amir Mitchell for a first down. 2 wide receivers in the area, only 1 defender. Fresh set of downs for Rutgers just outside the red zone. Zignio. Option play to Martin. He's out to the left. He goes back inside and gets 9 on first down. 2nd and 1. Resignio. Another option play. This time he's going to go right up the middle. He gets spun around and taken down. But not until after he picked up the first. 1st and goal now from the 9. Resignio on another option. This time nowhere to go. It is Ike Spearman yet again, his 5th tackle for a loss. 2nd and goal from the 10. Resignio to Robert Martin, up the middle, has to wait for his offensive lineman, and he's going to end up being brought down after a 7-yard pickup inside the 5. It's 3rd and goal from the 3. Can the Eagles come up with the stop here? 3 men in the backfield for Rutgers. Robert Martin gets it, tries to cut outside. He's not going to get it. It is Shaq Jones with the big play there. And now Rutgers finally forced to kick a field goal here on 4th down. And they jump offside. And the kick is up, and it is good. So Rutgers is able to build on their lead and make it a 2-possession game as they take a 17-7 lead here halfway through the 3rd. Bailey's back to receive this one. He takes it right up the gut and has decent yardage past the 25-yard line. Not a lot of success so far for the Eagles offense. They're going to try and make this a 3-point game after this drive. First play is a handoff to Shaq Van, who gets the edge and fights forward, gets 6 yards. And 2nd and 4. Roback will pitch it out to Shaq Van, who weaves his way through traffic and picks up 5 and a first down. Shaq Van is a man you got to lean on in these situations. He hasn't had a great game so far, but so far so good to start this drive as they give it to him again here on first down, and he had a hole up the middle. He fumbles the football, and it's picked up by Darnell Davis, and Rutgers takes over inside Eastern Michigan territory. Oh my. Just when I was saying that Shaq Van was having a nice drive, he coughs it up. Let's see, it's under review. His knee may have been down. Looked like Shaq Van had a hole and might have busted that one for a big one, but a nice job to wrap him up and take him down by the defensive end of Rutgers and force the fumble, but it looks like it may have just been late, and it was. Huge break for the Eagles. That one gets overturned, rightfully so. But man, if that stood, that would have been an absolutely costly turnover. But now it is 2nd and 5, Eagles at the 43-yard line. Roback fakes to give to Van. Quick dump off to the tight end, but Maddox Williams knocks it down. Not a great decision by Roback. Now it's 3rd and 5. Bailey goes in motion. Slightly. Roback takes the snap. Dumps it off to Shaq Van on a screen. He breaks a tackle, gets a block, and brings it inside the 45 of Rutgers. That screen was blowing up, but Shaq Van sheds the tackle and is able to pick up the first on 3rd and 5. The Eagles want to come back in this one. They're going to need Shaq Van to step up, and he did on that play. First down, it's Antoine Porter on a sweep, and he gets nowhere. Maybe a yard on the play. 2nd and 9 now. Roback pitches it to Van. Van drops back to pass. He's got Sergio Bailey down the sideline, and he couldn't haul it in. Oh, my goodness. What a play by the Eagles, and Sergio Bailey, who's been trustworthy all year and has made plays the first 2 games of the year, dropped it. Look at this play. It was beautiful. Roback pitches out to Van, and Van, with a beautiful pass, led Sergio Bailey nicely. Maybe definitely too far. He led him too far, but Sergio Bailey lays out for it, has 2 hands on it, and can't bring it in at the 5-yard line. That would have been one heck of a play. 3rd down now for the Eagles. Roback has it. He's going to have to scramble out and try and get away. And now he's going to try and take it upfield for the first down, and he will, out of bounds. 13-yard pickup. Great run by Brogan Roback. First down from the 29-yard line. Roback drops back. Roback over the middle. Incomplete. Going for Dan Bushman. Deontay Roberts breaks it up. Looks like Bushman was going to break it to the left and get open, but Roback threw it too soon. 2nd and 10. Roback play action to Van. Roback down the middle of the field. Great catch by Johnny Neapalu. Diving catch inside the 10 for Neapalu. That sets up Eastern Michigan with a 1st and goal from the 5. Roback on the option, keeps it, walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles! Big drive here. Eagles trying to get the ball back, down 3. Rutgers trying to go back up 2 scores. First down, Resignio. Nowhere to go. Tries to scramble. Can't do it. Harris is in the backfield. Another big play by Jeremiah Harris. His first sack of the year. 3rd tackle for a loss on the day. Jeremiah Harris and Ike Spearman have been fantastic. Resignio on 2nd down. It looked like it was a screen to the right, but he ends up tossing it to the left. He did not have a lot of time to make up his mind. And now here is a crucial 3rd and 15. Rutgers has converted a 3rd and 17 earlier today on a screen pass to Robert Martin. Let's see what they do on 3rd and 15. Trying to avoid the 3 and out. Resignio, no time! He gets crushed from the right side. And it's going to bring up a 4th and 15, a 3 and out by the Eastern Michigan Eagles defense at the absolutely perfect time. They're going to get the ball back now with a chance to tie it or take the lead with good field position. Sergio Bailey on the punt return. He brings it across midfield inside Rutgers 45. Eastern Michigan taking over at the 42-yard line of Rutgers to start the 4th quarter, down 3. First down play, shotgun. Draw play to Shaq Van. Shaq Van up the middle, cuts it back. Just gets brought down shy of the first. 2nd and short. This might just turn into the Shaq Van show on this drive. He gets it again. He gets ahead and powers for our first. It might just be Shaq Van, Shaq Van, Shaq Van on this drive and for the rest of the game until Rutgers stops him again. Robinson in motion. They will give it to Shaq Van. No, it's a fake. Rollback throwing over the middle. Knocked away by Trevor Morris. Tried to get it into Antoine Porter. 2nd and 10 from the 30. Now they go back to Van on a draw play. He's got the open field right up the middle. Gets the first down. 10-yard pickup. Ian Erickson now the lone back. And he's going to get it up the middle. And he's going to pick up 4 yards on first down. Roback in the shotgun on 2nd and 6 with Van to his right. 2 receivers out right, 2 receivers out left. Roback takes a snap. Drops back. Nobody open. Still nobody open. He scrambles back and is just going to toss this one out of bounds. 3rd and 6 for the Eagles. They're in field goal range to tie it. Let's see what they do here. They're going to give it to Van. No, it's another fake to Van. Roback scrambles out. He gets away from a tackler, brings it inside the 10, and runs out of bounds at the 5. 1st and goal, Eagles. Brogan Roback hasn't thrown for a ton of yardage, but he's been very effective when he has thrown and when he's ran. 1st and goal from the 6. They give it to Shaq Van. Up the middle. Picks up 3. Meanwhile, in East Lansing, FCS Midwest is up 7 points, 27-20. Only 3 minutes to go in that one. 2nd and goal. They give it back to Shaq Van. Up the middle. Through the hole. Touchdown, Eagles. And the Eagles take their first lead of the day here in Piscataway. Now Rutgers needs to try and respond here on this drive. First down, Resignio takes it. He's going to take off, and he's got nowhere to go yet again. It's going to be another sack for the Eagles. That time it's Brady Hoyen coming over from his cornerback position. 2nd and 13, and the Rutgers offense that started off so great has looked lost now. Resignio on the option, brought down for a big loss by Kwani Figueroa. And now it's 3rd and 17, and the Eastern Michigan defense, just like last week, has absolutely shut down Rutgers here in the second half. 3rd and 17, Resignio's gonna be sacked by Kwani Figueroa. His second play and his second big play in his many plays. And it's a 4th and 22 for Rutgers, and Eastern Michigan's going to get the ball back up 4 with great field position late in this game. And Michigan State, number 12, loses by 14, 34-20 to the FCS Midwest. So this may be an awful day for Big Ten as Eastern Michigan's up 4 and looking to build on this lead late against Rutgers. 1st and 10, Roback, drops back, Roback, over the middle. Antoine Porter brought down just shy of the first. First catch of the day for Porter. Eastern Michigan looking like they may be 3-0. Looking like they may win back-to-back games against Power 5 opponents. Their first 2 wins against Power 5 opponents ever in the history of their program. 2nd and inches. Shaq Van up the middle. Only a yard, but that's all you need. Wait a minute. He fumbled the football. Oh, my. Shaq Van, his second fumble of the day. His first one was overturned. This one looked like it may have been clean. And that may be absolutely crucial. It's going to be reviewed. Let's see here. Oh my, looks like Shaq Van may have been down. He's down. But that's the second time today that Shaq Van has fumbled the football. Both of them look like they're going to be overturned. And it is, but oh my goodness. And Coach Charlie Batch says, I don't care if they don't count technically, and I don't care if you're our workhorse in a spot we really need you. You can't fumble the football twice and expect to get the rock to end the game. As Ian Erickson comes in as the lone setback, and he takes the handoff up the middle. He makes sure to hang on after a 4-yard gain. Under 3 minutes now. It will be interesting to see what Eastern Michigan opts to do. They're in field goal range. Field goal puts them up 7. A touchdown might just put this one away. But do they risk throwing it? They give it to Erickson again. Up the middle he goes. This time only gets 2. Interesting play coming up here. 3rd and 4. 2 minutes to go. What does Eastern Michigan try here? Roback's going to be throwing. He's going to the end zone. Wide open. Dan Bushman. Touchdown. Eagles. Brogan Roback lays it in beautifully to Dan Bushman. And the Eagles are going to take an 11-point lead over Rutgers with under 2 minutes to play. Clemson hangs on to beat Miami 31-27. Can Eastern Michigan hang on to beat Rutgers 28-17? Austin Barnes' kick is to Mitchell. He's going to take this one out. He's across the 15, across the 20, out past the 25 and brought down. Eastern Michigan might just beat their second Power 5 team in school history in back-to-back weeks here. Resignio on first, dumps it off, dropped by Robert Martin. Looking a lot like last week with this Eastern Michigan defense giving up some quick scores early but then being absolutely suffocating late. They did it to Kentucky. They're doing it against Rutgers. They're up 11. 1:51 to go. Resignio takes the snap. He tosses it out left to Amir Mitchell, who gets out of bounds after 5 yards. Rutgers 35. They're 3 for 9 on the day for third. Resignio wide open. Amir Mitchell. He brings it in and then brings it back upfield. Time is ticking away. Clock stopped after the first. Back to the line come Rutgers. In motion to the right. Goes the tight end. Resignio takes the snap. Runs into Robert Martin on his drop back. But he gets the ball off cleanly down the field. It's intercepted! Ike Calderon! What a pick! And that's going to do it! Ike Calderon! What an interception! What a play! Ike Calderon, the man of the game against South Alabama 2 weeks ago. Didn't hear much of him last week or so far this week, and he comes up with the game-sealing interception as Eastern Michigan looks like they're going to beat Rutgers here on the road. 2nd and 7, they go back to Erickson, and he's got a hole, but he's going to be brought down just shy of the first. Rutgers calls their second timeout. First down here will definitely ice this one. 3rd and 1, Kilby in motion. Give is to Erickson. He's met in the backfield, brought down for a loss of 4. So even though nothing doing for Eastern Michigan there, they make Rutgers use all their timeout and take some seconds off the clock. Rutgers should have pretty good field position on this punt return. Mitchell takes it at his own 40. Gets across the 50 after breaking a tackle. Resignio on first down. In the shotgun, Robert Martin to his right. Takes the snap. In the pocket. Looking for a man. Throws it deep into double coverage. Picked off by Shaq Jones. Shaq Jones turns it back upfield. And he's out past the 30 to the 32-yard line. And Shaq Jones ends this game with an interception. As Eastern Michigan look like they're going to start this season 3-0 with wins on the road against 2 Power 5 teams. I don't believe it. We knew Eastern Michigan was going to be pretty good just because of all the talent they returned. We knew they'd have a chance to beat both Kentucky and Rutgers on the road, but to actually do it and to do it convincingly over Kentucky and to do it by 11 points over Rutgers, I don't think anybody saw coming. Eagles are going to start this season 3-0 with 2 wins on the road against Power 5 teams. Unbelievable. On the final play of the game, it's Turner, the third-string running back, who will get a carry. He picked up 3. So the big points that Eastern Michigan scored the first 2 weeks wasn't there. But look at that defense for them. They give up 14 in the first half, give up a field goal early in the third, and then nothing for the rest of the game. And look at that comeback as they score 21 unanswered points to win this game by 11 points. Giovanni Resignio and the Rutgers offense started off fantastic, which is pretty rare for Rutgers, but at the end they averaged out to what they're used to, unfortunately. 16-16 were the first downs. Eastern Michigan outgained Rutgers 296 to 239. Both teams carried the ball 36 times. Eastern Michigan 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rutgers only had 85 yards. They also had 2 touchdowns, though. Through the air, Rutgers was 14 for 21 for 154. Eastern Michigan was 10 for 17 for 148 and 2 touchdowns. Third down conversion, 6 for 10 for Eastern, 4 for 10 for Rutgers. Fourth down conversion, Rutgers was 2 for 2. Red zone. Eastern got there 3 times, came away with 3 touchdowns. Rutgers got there 3 times, came away with 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And again, maybe the ultimate statistic in the game. Rutgers turns it over twice to Eastern Michigan's 0. And last week, Kentucky turned it over 3 times to Eastern Michigan 0. So not turning the ball over is a big part of Eastern Michigan's success early on here in the season. Although Rutgers' 2 interceptions, at least one of them, probably didn't matter, but both of them were late in the game when they were in desperation mode with a quarterback who's not the best thrower. Time of possession, Eastern Michigan once again dominates 25-16. As we look at individual player stats here, Brogan Roback, another great game. Not a lot through the air, but it doesn't matter when you're completing over 60% of your passes and not throwing interceptions. He also had 2 touchdowns on the day. Giovanni Resignio, 14-21, 154, 2 picks. On the ground, Shaq Van had 16 carries for 67 yards and a touchdown. Not in the stat book. He did have 2 fumbles that were overturned, which led to Ian Erickson picking up 9 carries and 29 yards. Roback, 41 yards and a touchdown on 7 carries. Receiving, Sergio Bailey, 70 yards on 3 catches. Dan Bushman, 27 yards on 2 catches and a touchdown. Johnny Neapalu, 24 yards, 2 catches and a touchdown. Rutgers receiver Amir Mitchell, the freshman, had a big game, 6 for 61. Let's go back to rushing for Rutgers. Robert Martin started off hot, but it only ended up with 63 yards and 20 carries. He did have a touchdown, however. No sacks allowed by Eastern Michigan yet again. That's back-to-back weeks of not allowing sacks. And back-to-back week for picking up a couple. The defense had 5, led by Kwani Figueroa once again. He had 2. Brody Horing, Derek Williams, Jeremiah Harris, and Ike Spearman all had 1. Tackles for a loss, another big theme of today, led by Ike Spearman's 5. Jeremiah Harris had 3. Kwani Figueroa also had 3. Brody Hoying 2. Derek Williams, Jalen Phelps, and Shaq Jones all have 1. Ike Spearman led the team with 9 tackles. 2 interceptions on the day, Shaq Jones and Ike Calderon. Pass deflections, only 1 on the day was Jalen Phelps. Kicking, Paul Fricano did not have a field goal, but he was 4 for 4 for extra points. And Barnes, another great punting performance. So all in all, a fantastic game and a fantastic start to the season for Eastern Michigan. They are 3-0. So in recruiting news, not a whole lot of updates as far as our players go. Still losing on a lot of players, but we are leading on a good amount. Again, what you expect from Eastern Michigan. Nobody's committed on our board yet to anybody, but in good news, we have 2 players ready to visit just in time for our second home game of the year. We got George Rucker, a 2-star guard from Amherst, Ohio, and we got Jason Clemens, a fullback from Warren, Michigan. So let's get both of these guys in for a visit. Let's get them in as soon as possible. Might as well. Looks like we're not able to get them in for a visit for this week. So we're going to have to go ahead. I'd rather have them here for a game than a bye. We're playing Ball State this week, but we can't get them in for a visit. This guy has Ball State ahead of us, so hopefully he doesn't commit by week 7. We'll get him in here week 8, right before he goes to Western. And George Rucker does not have a visit scheduled, so we'll also get him in here for Ohio in week 8. Around the league last week, we had a lot of big games, including this one, as Michigan beats Notre Dame as they move up to number 4, and Notre Dame drops to number 13. That was a top 10 matchup. I think Notre Dame was number 9, and Michigan was number 6. So nice game there for Michigan. Also around the league, as we look at the top 25 now after 3 weeks, the top 3 are unchanged with Alabama, Clemson, and Oklahoma. Michigan moves up to 4. Florida State drops from 4 to 5, even though they dominated their FCS opponent, but Michigan did beat a top 10 team, so they leapfrogged them. Ohio State also drops 1 after being leapfrogged by Michigan. They beat the FCS team by 20. Stanford stays put at 7. Tennessee stays put at 9. TCU moves from 10 to 9, 10 to 9, and then LSU moves 13 to 10. Washington moves up. Houston, Notre Dame drops after the loss. UCLA moves up 2. Oklahoma State moves up 3. North Carolina moves up 3. Ole Miss drops 6 after losing to Texas by 12. Baylor moves up 2. Texas enters the top 25 after beating Ole Miss as they debut at number 19. Georgia moves up 2. Toledo, the MAC team, moves up 4 to number 21. San Diego State enters the top 25 at 22. Oregon drops 2 after losing at Tennessee by 24. Miami drops 1 after losing to number 2 Clemson by 4. And USC enters the top 25 again after winning at Boston College. We look at other teams receiving votes. We see Texas A&M, Iowa, Washington State, Auburn, Louisville, Northwestern. Michigan State drops out from the number 12 after their loss to an FCS team. They lost by 10 points. Iowa drops out from number 17, and Texas A&M drops out from number 24 after losing to Bama, I believe. So let's check out the schedules from last week, see what went down across the nation. First, starting, of course, in the MAC, Eastern Michigan wins on the road by 11 at Rutgers. Ohio wins a MAC conference game at Ball State. LSU dominates Kent State. So there goes the MAC's perfect record against the SEC this year. Buffalo wins at home against FCS East. Bowling Green also wins at home big over FCS, as does Toledo. Northern Illinois squeaks one out over an FCS team, and UNLV takes care of business at home against Central Michigan. So we look at the top 25 from last week. I'll just go through a couple here. Nothing too crazy. That was a good game. Miami and Clemson. North Carolina squeaks one out over East Carolina. Okay, Alabama Texas A&M game 14-7. Texas A&M struck first. All right, so as we look to week 4 in the top 25, NC State at Clemson. Look at this game. Michigan at Oklahoma. Number 4 Michigan versus number 3 Oklahoma. My goodness, that's got to be game of the week right there. Oklahoma destroyed Louisiana Monroe and took care of West Virginia, where Michigan just escaped at UConn and took care of business at home against a pretty good Notre Dame team. Man, that's a good game right there. North Carolina against Georgia Tech in an ACC game. Toledo's got Central. Nebraska, Ohio State in a Big Ten game. Auburn, LSU, that is game of the week, which, come on. Number 3 versus number 4 would be game of the week, but that will be pretty good as well. Alright, so let's take a look at the MAC real quick here for the upcoming week. Eastern Michigan starts conference play at Ball State. Central Toledo, Western Ohio, Kent State at Penn State, which looks like one of 2 out-of-conference games for MAC teams this year, or this week. Bowling Green in Northern Illinois, Buffalo, Akron, and then Miami hosting Cincinnati at home as the other out-of-conference game. All right, so there you have it. Eastern Michigan surprisingly starts off 3-0. I think everybody expected 1-2, maybe 2-1 if they pulled off one of the upsets at Kentucky or Rutgers, but they pulled off both of them, and both by more than one score. So Eastern Michigan off to a very, very impressive 3-0 start. They open up MAC plays. They look for their first MAC championship since 1988 at Ball State. Look at Kirk. He's finally on the Eagles' side. Let's make sure that Kirk Herbstreit is actually correct when projecting an Eagles game this year. And as we look forward and we try and take down Ball State Cardinals here to open up MAC play, they lost by 11 to Ohio. They lost soundly to Army, and they beat an FCS opponent. Eastern Michigan definitely the favorites here as they come back home to take on Ball State and open up conference play. Can they do it? We'll see. Actually, they're at Ball State, so that would explain why nobody could visit. So Eastern Michigan with their third straight road game, opening up conference play at Ball State. Can they start conference play 1-0? And the season 4-0? We'll find out next time.